This part of our tutorial will be introducing characters in Android. So we're going to do this by declaring and initializing a few character variables. We're going to look at characters that could be letters, numbers, or symbols. And then we're going to explain the benefits of using character variables and where we might see them in code. Now we're going to take a look at characters in Android versus iOS. So there's not much of a difference. They're again of type character or char for short. And let's just say this is character A. We're going to give it the value of A. So again, characters, just to recap, are 1 unit in length. So it can only contain one letter, one number, or one symbol. They're between these single quotation marks, and they take up a very small amount of memory, which is why they're very useful. So although we'll go into arrays a little bit more, I should say that what we can do is we can create arrays of characters to represent words or basically just a block of text. So let's say we have, for example, this long line that's got a bunch of letters and numbers and symbols and everything mixed in together. Then what we could do is, if we had an array, we would store basically an array of characters, and each element of that array would be one character. So this would be an array of many characters. So let's go ahead and provide some more examples. We'll call this 2 single quotations, and we'll have this contain the number 2, and we can have character, let's say star, and this will contain the star, which is also the multiply operator. So we can print these out if we like. Let's go ahead and do that. So let's just print these out one at a time. And so let's say this is A, and this is toString. There we go. We'll just go ahead and run it. So we'll select the next S again. And we get the warning, these two aren't being used, which is fine. And we get A printed out. And we can do the same with the other two. So we'll stop that and rerun it. And we get these, again, same warning, and we get a 2, and we can do the same for the star. Let's go ahead and do it anyway. I'm sure you guys understand by now, but nice just to see the example anyway. And there we go, there's the star. So again, these characters are very useful for storing basically anything, so a number or a symbol or a letter. Very useful for when you want to store arrays of characters, so arrays of these symbols or numbers or letters, and you need to access just one element within that array, so one character at a time. If you need to withdraw just one letter or one number or one symbol, that's what they're really useful for. So that's when it's good to use characters. So in this part we introduced characters in Android. So we did that by declaring and initializing a few character variables. So we had a character variable that contained a letter, one that contained a number, one that contained a symbol. And we printed them all out just to verify that characters, again, have to be 1 unit in length, have to be between the single quotations, but can contain anything within those quotations. So by now you should be able to explain where in the code we would see characters and where they might be useful, why we would use characters rather than another way of representing the variable.